Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Your Pleasure Incorporated into Daily Living. I am your host, Ellen Nicholas Rathbone, sensuality consultant, sex educator, author, and life coach. And I'm here today to talk about love. More importantly, and the most important kind of love is self love. Now, I've talked about love of God, motherly love, fatherly love, brotherly love, romantic love, but self love is where it all begins. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't appreciate what you have and what you are, and everything that comes your way, the good, the bad, and the ugly, if you don't appreciate it all, then you are a victim of your circumstances. And that's not a way to live. So everything has a lesson in it for you. And if you're paying attention and evolving, you are getting stronger, getting smarter, becoming more aware, becoming more empathetic. All of these things are playing into the human being that you are becoming. So self love is not selfish, okay? If you don't take care of yourself, nobody can do it for you. I know a lot of women in particular, they put themselves on the back burner, especially after they've had children, and everybody else's needs are considerably more important than theirs. But I tell you right now, you are just as loved as anybody that you love. And if you want to have a long, healthy life, you have to consider that the body that your soul is inhabiting needs to be maintained. And if you just take it for granted, if you just abuse it, if you give it alcohol, fake food, no rest, work it to death, then it will break down. So the consideration is that number one, you love yourself. And how does that look? You build your health on a daily basis. And how does that look? Well, number one, good sleep. If you're getting 8 hours, even 6 to 8 hours is fine, depending on your body type, but solid sleep. And going to bed at 10 o'clock at night. Now, I know that sounds like an old people term, but you know what? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., according to the circadian rhythms, that is when you are restoring, your body is restoring itself and rebuilding itself. And if you miss the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. slot in your sleep, then you're not getting the benefits of what a restorative sleep should be. The second thing, and I know it's kind of like beating a dead horse over here, but proper nutrition. There's a lot of junk out there, and advertisers would have you believe that it's okay to go to all these fast food restaurants and fill up with all these calories that have absolutely nothing to do with loving yourself. It's a temporary, ooh, doesn't it taste good? And then you're left with, all the makings of creating disease in your body. In fact, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, should be called fast food disease because that's exactly where it comes from. So if you care about your body, if you want your mind to be sharp, if you want your body to be able, you need to reconsider what you're putting inside of it. Another thing is that you need to take time to meditate. Meditation is plugging into the energy that is the universe. It is where you find your confidence. It is where you find your inspiration. It is where you plug into the divine that you are part of and get your kind of focus for the day. Now, a lot of people have told me, oh, I've tried meditating. Oh, I tried it. I couldn't hold still. It was so hard. I can't. It's a practice, which means you do it every day. You practice every day. The first time you tried to ride a bicycle, you fell over. The first time you tried to walk as a baby, you fell over. That didn't mean you stopped trying. That just meant that you kept trying until one day you got it. Well, it's the same thing with meditation. Just because you tried it one time and you couldn't sit there doesn't mean that you should give it up. It is one of the most important things in your day to create self-confidence, self-motivation, self-referring, so that you know who you are and where you're coming from, and self-love. You absolutely need to know what your energy is about and who is powering you so that you can make your way through this day without a whole lot of fear. And that's really what it is. It's about getting in there and calming that fearful mind, that worried mind, that anxious mind, and making it calm down, because you realize, your left and right brain realize, that you're not in this alone. Another bit of advice for self-love is to get active. It is so important that you move your body. People get in cars and they're moving around all the time. They're moving from here to New York, from here to down the shore, but they're not moving themselves. They're being transported. So their body is not walking, it's not riding a bike, it's not riding a horse, it's not running, it's just being transported. And they say that sitting is the new smoking. And that's because the human body has not changed very much in over 2,000 years or more. And back in the day, we had to use the body all the time to survive. If you wanted to eat, you had to climb that tree, you had to pull those roots and grubs out of the earth, you had to pick the fruit, you had to do stuff all the time, skin the animal, carry the animal, all the stuff. You needed muscle to be able to do all that. Well, today you just pick up the phone and they'll deliver. So how much do you actually use your body to stay strong? You don't. And if you care at all about your health, if you care at all about your physical health, your mental health, and your body as the wonderful, miraculous vehicle that it is, you need to get it moving. And it's not so much just about exercise, even though exercise is extremely important, because exercise is a balancing activity. So what you do on the right side, you do on the left side, where most of the time, if you're just doing activities like gardening or that sort of thing, you're using one side of your body more than the other, and there's imbalances that are created there. So exercise is a nice way to kind of focus on working both sides and really finding any of your imbalances and straightening them out, because years of imbalances are going to end up in need of surgery. So you can fix this kind of stuff. You can prevent this kind of stuff if you love your body and you take good care of it. And exercise most definitely is a time to take care of it. Another part that I know so many other people have mentioned, but I'm going to say it too, is time to commune with nature. You're part of nature. The earth is 70% water. So are you. The earth is minerals and all kinds of stones and things that you too are part of. So you want to think that you're separate from the earth, but you're not. You need to get outside, and you need to have the sun shine on your face so you can absorb that vitamin D. You need to put your bare feet on the ground so you can make exchange of electrons between your positives and the earth's negatives and help to balance out the body. And you should do this on a daily basis because you are part of nature. And the further you get away from your natural being, the more sick you're going to become. So, flip that switch, look at what you're doing, make some choices that are healthier for you, and stop being the rat on the treadmill, just go, 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 and not really think about what you're doing. Consider that body is a miracle in itself. It is constantly rebuilding itself. It is constantly rejuvenating itself. But if you're giving it toxicity, in other words, lousy food choices, not enough water, too much stress, and you're not doing anything to balance these things out, there's going to be hell to pay. And you can look in any nursing home and the hell is being paid there. Those are the people that never took care of themselves, and now they need someone to wipe their behinds for them and give them permission to go to the bathroom or to feed them. Your mind can be as sharp to, when you're 80 and 90 years old as when you're 10 years old, except if you're not going to take care of your mind and you're going to drink a lot of beer and you're going to drink a lot of things that come out of cans, or you're going to have a lot of sugar. If you're going to ignore your body's needs, there is going to be a payment, and no amount of backpedaling is going to be able to undo the damage. So rather than do the damage, have the love for yourself, the self-respect. Do not let advertisers lure you into buying their crap so that they can make a lot of money, and then others can make a lot of money from you down the road when they try to fix you or at least stabilize you with their drugs and surgeries. And last but not least, it would not be a complete talk on self-love if I did not include masturbation. A lot of people have some kind of religious, problem with masturbation. But I maintain that if God did not want us to touch our genitals, then they wouldn't be so easily accessible, okay? And the human body relieves a lot of tension when it has a regular sexual outlet. So rather than find yourself in a relationship where you're not happy, but there's sex there, that's lack of respect for you and for your partner. Take care of yourself until someone loving and deserving comes into your life. And this talk about masturbation and sexual pleasure is kind of meant just for adults, okay? The relationship between two individuals should be an equal relationship. And that means equal in about age, okay? And equal in knowledge and understanding. This is not between adults and children, okay? I know there's this big thing going on now with it has been revealed that there's a lot of people who are trying to normalize pedophilia. Well, it's sick, and I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about adults who are grown, who love themselves, and who need to take care of themselves. And one of the ways that you take care of yourself is by learning how to masturbate properly so that, number one, you have control. And number two, your sexual tension is released so that when someone deserving comes into your life, you're able to control yourself and control the ejaculate and love yourself through it so that your partner will love what you can do for them and with them. Well, I hope this was an interesting portion of your day. Please contact me at ypi69@hotmail.com if you have any questions, or if you'd like to make a suggestion for a topic. I would love to hear from you. I am a life coach. If you need my services, please do contact me as well. Thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely evening. Be well. Make sure that you're doing your Kegel exercises. Spend some time in nature, meditate, get some good sleep, get some good nutrition, drink lots of water. Talk to you later. Have a phenomenal evening. Bye for now. And thank you so much for being part of this.